Hey, Tyson.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Oh, not bad, I guess. I just got a new RPG for my kid.
Oh, a new RPG. Oh, that's awesome, man. Was it? Is it Wizards of the Coast? Pazio? Did you get it through Drive Through RPG or
No, Panzerfaust 3. It's a pretty good one.
what the fuck is that? I've never heard of that.
It's a German model. It's a 1987 make. Semi-disposable, no recoil, anti-tank, made to defeat Soviet tank armor. That's the important part. Fires DMA-12A1 projectile warheads. Real neat, but super expensive.
Uh, Bro, that's a rocket launcher. Didn't you mean to get him a role playing game?
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Dad.
Hi, I'm Tyson.
And I'm Mike. And we argue with dragons.
Listeners, my name is Tyson.
I'm Mike.
We are arguing with dragons, coming at you with season 2.
Even though the seasons are arbitrary.
They are a little arbitrary, but we took a couple weeks off. We got ourselves refreshed. It's good to get back on the microphone, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So we got some actual news, listeners, and not news that Mike's made up, but real news. Microsoft folks laid off like 3,200 people in the gaming world.
Didn't they do that like 6 years ago, too?
I think they do it like every 6 years. I don't understand how they even have employees left at this point.
It's okay, though, because Bill Gates cares.
So, reading from CNBC News here, Microsoft cut 4,800 jobs as the Xbox unit downsizes and plans to spin off 4 gaming studios. So, with this, I heard that a lot of the Elder Scrolls Online folks have been cut or moved over to work on Elder Scrolls 6.
Or that has my panties wet, let me tell you.
Yeah, great thing to hear Bethesda picking up on that. However, not a good thing to hear that they laid off all these people. I mean, that sucks.
No, you're right. That's
they're laying them off and they're really just paying their AI bill. So, Mike and I talked about this last season. We're not anti-AI or anything like that, but
not at all.
You got to be stupid as all dog shit to fire half your staff and think you can replace them with chatbots.
That is assuming that's what they're doing.
No, they did it. They replaced half their staff with chatbots, and then now they realize that, oh shit, it wasn't free to have these chatbots because most of them are purchased at a loss. So now they're broke and they need money. So what do? They give their CEO a pay cut. No, they're douchebags. They just fire more people.
You'd think they'd have hired half the staff as AI chatbots back when they made Oblivion.
I think ChatGPT would probably do a better job at narrating characters than the characters in Oblivion did.
Well, I don't know about narrating. It's just the voice acting was atrocious.
Oh, that's fair. So,
granted, they had about 6 people doing the whole game, so,
speaking
fatigue
of atrocious, I did follow up on my promise to try RuneScape.
Didn't give it a fair try, to be honest, but
it was a fair few hours of my life sitting down and realizing that this is a fucking point-to-click game.
Which I told you.
I don't remember you telling me that. And I don't even remember if I paid attention to what a point-to-click game is when you said it, if you said it. And listeners, I hate it. It is.
And that's the only reason you hate it?
That was the only reason, yes. The game itself, the system, the mechanics, everything was fine. I mean, it would have been a fun exercise in a new MMO that would have been interesting if it was just if I could just use up, down, right, left and move. But I can't do a point-to-click game, Mike. I am so sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Oh, because you've loved this game for 15 years.
25, but who's counting?
Oh, well, fair enough. 25 plus years. And, listeners, it's going to segue into our topic today. We are going to be talking about role-playing games. And
hell yes.
not RPG rocket launchers like Mike was talking about in the intro, but actual role playing games. And that's going to be what our season focus is going to be
Yeah.
on why we love role playing games so much, all the various kinds, all the aspects, whether it's the nitty gritty about D&D and how to jazz up your sessions with like voice acting and, playing around, the differences between using it online and at a table. We're going to dive into all that kind of stuff. But we're going to talk about video games and why we love RPG games as a genre. This,
Sounds like a plan to me, dude.
I mean, there's countless books that follow. There's actually an entire book genre now called Lit RPG, which is literary RPG books that literally play a game inside the book where the characters have video game interfaces and they follow video game rules in a fantasy story. I just think that's cool as shit.
It most certainly is.
So before we get into all that, listeners, and get into the nitty gritties of today's episode, Mike and I are going to do a power up segment.
Sounds good to me.
So, Mike, tell us about the energy drink you're bringing to the table today.
I don't have one.
Okay, what was the drink? We talked about a few drinks before.
There isn't even a table in here.
Oh my God, Mike. So, Mike, tell us about the drink you tried.
Oh, okay. Straw Bango by Ghost. Mixture of strawberry and mango.
Yeah. So I had that back in the day when it was the strawberry margarita flavor. And I believe they just recanned it and changed the flavor a tiny bit. And now I loved the margarita flavor so much that I went out and found cases of it and bought it because it literally tasted like a strawberry margarita, complete with the dry alcohol tequila taste.
Never really liked tequila myself. I always thought it tasted a bit like dirt.
A little bit. And I don't know what they
Real
put
earthy.
that stuff. It's very earthy. You're right.
I had read a fact about tequila, something to the effect of it comprises 85% of the entirety of the profit made from fruit-based alcohols in the world.
I would absolutely believe that. Absolutely.
Tequila is made from agave nectar. So, yeah.
Fun fact about tequila, folks, it actually does not raise your blood sugar like other alcohol, which I find fascinating.
Yeah.
So if you're a diabetic who can't drink, you might be able to take a shot of tequila every now and then. Do I recommend it? Fuck no, it's disgusting. But, some people, they need to take the edge off every once in a while.
Absolutely.
So what did you think about Straw Bango, Mike?
It tasted like soap.
Like soap? What the fuck kind of soap are you bathing with, Mike?
Fruity soap that smells great as opposed to something that smells manly like shoe leather or gasoline.
Who's bathing with gasoline? That's awesome.
A lot of people, I would imagine. Gasoline does smell nice.
We have a friend who
But just one taste.
We have a mutual friend actually that had a soap company for a while, and he made numerous manly scented soaps, one of which was alcohol, or it was whiskey, tobacco, and gunpowder scented all in one.
He doesn't make them anymore?
No, I don't think he does. I think he got out of that business.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I would love a whiskey, gunpowder, and tobacco. So
it's kind of an saturated market now.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I sell literals. I work at a big chain hobby store, folks, that I will not disclose, but we actually sell a bar of soap now. And it's like a Dr. Sasquatch whiskey barrel scented, and it smells like ass. I don't know why anybody would want to smell that. Ugh.
Well, either way, soap, as I put it, may not be a good descriptor, but tasted horrible.
So could you finish it at least, or?
Well, I mean, it's my only source of caffeine for the day because I refuse to drink coffee anymore.
Anymore? Did you drink coffee at some point?
Yeah, I was a pretty big coffee nut until I realized that it was wreaking havoc on my digestive system and thus the work toilets.
Oh, well, coffee does help you poop. I won't lie.
I wouldn't call it help.
We're actually in my house right now. We are working on trying to transition back to coffee from energy drinks. After my wife's stint in the hospital with AFib while we were on break, we decided that maybe energy drinks are not right for her, just in case that might be contributing. Do I believe it is? No, I don't think it really is. But if it is, I'm going to support her and I'm going to cut back on my consumption too. So we'll go to coffee for a while, see how
I
it
mean,
works.
if she drinks 4 cups of coffee in a day, that's about the same as an energy drink. So,
Well, there's more than just caffeine in energy drinks, unfortunately.
very true.
And, I'm not bashing them, listeners. I've been drinking an energy drink a day for as long as I can remember. And I have just had my blood taken not that long ago for lab work and everything was fine. So kudos.
Phew.
I mean,
You take that, teacher.
you ain't killing me today.
Exactly. The same teacher that told me cracking my knuckles would give me arthritis.
All right. So what are you rating it on our patented rating scale, Mike?
Trash mob.
Trash mob. Okay, I can go with trash.
No hesitation, trash mob.
No, I too have had Straw Bango, listeners, and I would definitely rate it Goblin tier. It is drinkable, sort of. It's not the worst thing I've ever drank, but it's not good.
No. Tell you what, if I had to compare it to an actor, I would compare it to Dax Shepard.
When it was Strawberry Margarita, it was dragon tier. It was good shit. It was like drinking an alcoholic beverage with no alcohol in it. And I don't know how they did that with the flavoring, but it was definitely wonderful. So, way to go.
Word for it.
Ghost, you usually impress me with your drinks, but you got a few flavors out there that are just absolute dog shit. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I
I
look forward to tomorrow when I have the sour green apple.
Oh, sour.
I love me some green apple anything.
Oh, is that the
Energy
Warhead
drinks?
one you're
Hell
having?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Warhead ones are pretty good. I missed the black cherry that they had. They had a sour black cherry that was freaking amazing.
Sure it's not made anymore?
Yeah, I'm sure it's discontinued.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Rise has a really good sour cherry too, and it's also discontinued. Pisses me off, all the good ones. So
that's why I think we should start our own energy drink brand, buddy. We really should.
I really wish we could. And one day we'll get there with all these bots listening to our podcast. Maybe we'll get some kind of deal where they pay us. So,
well, there goes the idea that we could make our actual listeners think we're being super popular now.
I know. I'm not going to lie to them. So I'm bringing to the table a C4 Jolly Rancher watermelon.
Yummy.
And let me tell you the story behind this, folks. I hate watermelon flavored stuff. I don't care for it. I don't care for watermelon flavored candy. I don't care for actual watermelons in any way, shape, or form. The only close thing that I've loved is the strawberry watermelon C4 original. It was like one of the original 2 flavors. So I've been passing up the Jolly Rancher flavors for a while. And after seeing one of my coworkers have one and tell me, this is so good. I don't like watermelon stuff, but I love this. One day I am walking into Casey's and I go to grab my strawberry, and lo and behold, as I'm walking to the counter and checking out, I realize I just bought a watermelon because they look very similar. And I said, oh shit, I guess I'm trying it. And oh my God, listeners, it's fantastic.
Yes, it is, sir. It absolutely is.
It is.
I love that sour watermelon, and I'm kind of with you in the parking lot of hatred for watermelon flavored stuff. That's watermelon flavor and watermelon are about as similar in flavor as steak and fish.
Yeah. I mean, it's between
the two.
It's drinkable, it's chuggable, it gets the job done, and it's not an overpowering flavor. It's tart, not too sour. It is by far one of C4's masterpiece flavors.
Hell yeah.
I'm super happy that I got to add another flavor into my rotation of what I drink. So, to my coworker who told me it was great, thank you. I had to go eat crow after I had it, and I had to go back and tell him that it was actually pretty good. I got to eat crow from my wife, who said, "I told you you would like that if you just tried it." Every time I tell her I hate something, she makes me try it again because 9 times out of 10, I end up liking it in the end. So thank you for all that, C4. I will rate that. I will rate you Dragon Tier right now because that was
Hell
delicious.
yeah, sir. I would agree with you.
All right. So, Mike, RPGs,
Yeah.
I love them.
So
You
do
love
I.
them. So tell me about your first RPG. What was your first role playing game? I'm assuming it would be a video game and not D&D, but
Well, that's actually kind of hard to say. Got into fantasy gaming a lot when I was a kid. I think my first actual fantasy game would probably have been The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
all right.
I know that was the first game I had on Game Boy.
Did we ever figure out if Zelda is technically a role playing game or
It is not.
it is an action fantasy game, isn't it?
It is an action adventure game.
Mm.
What denotes an RPG is an emphasis on building a character.
Gotcha.
Yes, that is the largest point of it. Now, in that, I would argue that Pokemon is, in a way, an RPG.
Yeah, you get to name the character, right?
Well, first of all, name the character. In some of the later games, you decide whether you're a boy or a girl, or body type A, body type B in the year 2024 and beyond, all of that. But you also build a team of Pokemon. And you can't tell me, as a Pokemon player, any of our listeners, none of you can tell me that you have an entire PC box full of Pokemon that you use regularly. No, you have a core 6 and a bunch of ones that you never look at again.
For sure. All right, folks. If we're going to dive this deep, I think we need to do a lore dump, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So if we're talking about combining lifetime sales, critically acclaimed games, culturally impactful games, awards, long-term popularity, and we're going to focus on video games. We're going to give our listeners right now a top 20 list of probably the most influential RPGs that have ever been made in the modern era. And
I think I know what number one is.
this is going to be not just highest selling games, but it's going to be because we were just talking about the highest selling games, Pokemon would be everywhere because honestly, out of all the games, Pokemon's the highest selling game because they've had so damn many and people keep buying them.
Yeah, that's very true. But I think that's unfair.
Well,
When you have a series and you treat the entire series as a single entity, that skews the list.
well, of course, that's why we're not going to count it. We will count the originals. So let me go down this list, folks, so our listeners will understand the kind of games we're talking about. Now, listeners, we're talking about video games here. We're not getting into Dungeons and Dragons yet, but we're getting there. So, number one,
Stay tuned for later in the season.
for sure. So, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, definitely top of the list. This game came
Number one, I knew it.
2011 on PC, PS3, Xbox 360, and later it came out on pretty much anything that has a screen. I'm pretty sure you could play Skyrim, folks, on a Samsung refrigerator.
You can.
So, just like Doom, folks, they've ported this game to literally everything.
Even a version of it you can play with Amazon Alexa.
Oh, that's wild. So, next on the list, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Not an RPG.
You don't think that's an RPG?
It absolutely is not. You do not build a character.
But don't you build him the way you want to build him with his spells and abilities and skills and all that jazz?
Well, all the spells and abilities and everything are already baked into him.
Don't
You
you-
do build him with a talent tree kind of system.
There it is.
But
And you
but-
also get to control his personality through prompts in the game, right?
in a way,
I would call it an RPG.
I would not.
Oh, okay. Pokemon Red and Blue,
Hell yes.
definitely an RPG. Final Fantasy VII, 1997, PlayStation. And
Never played it.
Oh, Mike, you've never played Final Fantasy VII?
No, I never owned a PlayStation because I make good choices.
Well, you can now play it on Xbox One and the Switch.
Oh my.
So I would, if you get an opportunity, it is a beautifully done game. All original art. It was one of the first games I ever saw that had computer modeling done as cutscenes, and
Hmm.
it's just a fantastic story.
Are you talking the remakes available or the originals
I'm talking
available
the
on
original.
Xbox?
I'm talking the originals available everywhere as well. So you can, you can fix that even with the Steam version has smoothed out 1080p graphics, so they're a little less blocky.
I mean, Cloud Strife still looks like Popeye.
Well, I tell you, it is a very good game. If you could play Final Fantasy 1, or if you could play, hell, you've been playing what, Project Zomboid lately, you said, right?
Well, I've been looking to get back into it, but I haven't for a while.
I mean, if you could play shitty graphics like those games have, I mean, you can deal with Final Fantasy 7 for the story.
I mean, I got three fingers pointing back at me. I love me some Morrowind, and that game looks like stick figures.
Oh, right. Elden Ring is on this list. 2022 came out on
Absolutely.
terms. Total RPG. Frustrating as fuck game, but
Played that game for about 2 hours and gave up.
why?
Just wasn't enjoying myself.
I played it longer than that. It's fun.
I mean, that said, I have 100% completed every Dark Souls game.
Do you still own it?
Elden Ring, yeah, it's on my Steam.
Oh, good. We should play it sometime. I would play that with you online.
Hell, maybe.
Hell, maybe. All right. Baldur's Gate 3. You have to
I haven't played that one either.
I have this game, folks, and I also have not played it for longer than a few hours. And the last time I attempted to fire it up, I was really stoked about being able to actually get into it. And then some catastrophe happened upstairs that I needed to go to. So I did not get to actually play it and have yet to return.
To be honest with you, though, that Karlach, mommy.
It has got so many great reviews, and it has been considered one of the definitive Dungeons and Dragons games ever made. So I can't wait to eventually pick that game up and probably have to put it back down after 2 hours, but it'll be a good time.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I could even name any of the other D&D games.
Well, there was a Baldur's Gate 1, there was a Baldur's Gate 2.
Well, beyond those, obviously, but I mean, I don't think any of them of the other ones that were made out of I think like 50 of them that are made have any kind of critical acclaim other than the Baldur's Gate series.
One of my absolute favorite Dungeons and Dragons games was actually a beat 'em up, and it was called Shadows over Mystera. And there was also one called the Tower of Doom, maybe, or the Tower of Mystera or something. And it was a two-parter arcade game where you and three other people played D&D characters, a mage, a paladin, a half elf, and a human. And you win, or a cleric, maybe, I don't know. There was races and representatives of classic second edition D&D done in like a Street Fighter-esque graphics.
I would compare it more closely to Golden Axe if I know what you're talking about.
It was better than Golden Axe. The graphics.
I love me some Golden Axe, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
but
no, for sure.
I think I have played the Shadow over Mystara before.
It is fantastic. Me and a buddy, when I was in high school, went up to the pizza place just out in a little stick town, West Point, Iowa. And me and him took two like jugs of quarters, and we beat it. It took a bunch of money, but we beat that game. You have to fight a gold or red dragon at the end. It's insane. But it's a fun game. It gives you visuals to all the spells you cast in the actual D&D game, and now you're seeing it done in a beat 'em up by your mage. It's so cool. Diablo 2.
Never played it.
Definitely a definitive RPG. It is from 2000. And the graphics were pretty good at the time. It had very good CGI videos for cutscenes also. And it had a really interesting story. Diablo is kind of like one of those, you create a character and you go out in the wild and you're just getting swarmed and you're just beating up bad guy after bad guy. It's a very grindy game, but hella fun. And if I ever talk you into playing a good one, Mike, getting the resurrected version where the graphics are even better, and it is cool as shit. When it came out with the Diablo 2 Resurrected, folks, it's just worth rebuying.
You say the graphics are even better, like the original doesn't look like French fries left under a couch.
Oh, so the original does. The remake looks, or the Resurrected actually looks like a game from 2022, where
Oh.
everything is like they redid the entire graphical engine of the game and kept everything else the same.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's a beautiful game. Now, Mass Effect 2, this is one that I have not played.
I have played Mass Effect 1 for a little while. Did not hate it, did not love it. Very meh.
Outside the Star Wars genre, I'm not big on space RPGs.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's something I think I need to get over.
Potentially. Granted, Mass Effect is a third person shooter. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. Once again, very meh. But at the same time, I like what they were doing with it. I like what they were trying to accomplish. And they did so in spades until they got to like the third game in the series. And then it fell off like it just went over a cliff in a school bus.
Interesting take. Fallout New Vegas.
Never got into post apocalyptic myself.
I have a big,
Not that I couldn't, not that I wouldn't, just didn't.
I've tried a few times to play Fallout 4 and to get into it. I actually own a physical copy of it. I bought it on clearance for the PS4. I don't know. I'm not, flame me all you want, internet. I'm not a huge Fallout fan. And then nothing about the power armor suits does anything for me. And post-apocalyptic nuclear war is like one of my personal dread nightmare scenarios. So playing
Wasn't it Robot Apocalypse that was your
when I
biggest
was
fear?
when I was a little kid, I had constant reoccurring dreams I was being hunted by a Terminator. But like I've always felt in my heart that I'm gonna live to see bombs drop, and then to see it happen in this game and ultra realistic graphics was terrifying to me inside because I don't want
Well,
to see my loved ones have to deal with all that.
probably going to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, and let's just have our podcast to be happy while we can, Mike.
Sounds good to me.
All right, next.
But have you seen the Fallout show on Amazon?
I have not.
It's actually kind of fucking awesome.
I should watch it. I've heard that from a few people now.
Yeah.
Next, Chrono Trigger, 1995.
I have very little memory. I know I've played it, but I was little.
I have never played this game, and it is on my list. On my emulator, I'm going to play this game one day. Don't sue me, Nintendo. Next,
They're gonna now.
Dark Souls, the original.
Hell yes.
Very influential game. Hard as fuck. Very influential. Dragon Quest 11, 2017.
A game that was drawn by Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama, I think, is the one that did the art.
Oh.
The one who created Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I've never played a Dragon Quest game. I've heard good things, but I've never got to play one.
Pretty bog standard as RPGs are concerned.
Persona 5.
Never gotten into the Persona series.
I didn't either. However, I knew a kid who did, and they tried to explain it to me. And it's kind of like, it's more of a story-based RPG than it is fighting-based. So it's like, I think it was something to do with like a demon lawyer and a kid or something. And it was wild. Like it was a wild story.
Demon lawyer and a kid.
I don't know.
Could be a cool basis for a TV show.
I'm sure there's 36 animes on that subject right now.
No, I'm talking live action.
Fallout, or no, not Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is on that list, 2008. But Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
You ever played it?
I have. Knights of the Old Republic's an interesting game because while it plays like a live action game, it is technically turn-based. And it actually relied on dice rolls to see whether or not you hit, just like a D&D RPG. It was fantastic. It had a great story. I introduced some really cool Legends villains that are probably not canon anymore.
Nihilus and Revan.
Yeah. And
I did like me some Nihilus. That dude's kind of awesome.
He's just like a void in the forest that sucks everything in.
So angry that he eats planets.
Yeah. Monster Hunter World 2018.
I enjoyed that one.
Did you? I've not played.
Yeah. Listeners, you aren't into the idea of just hunting monsters to gather their hides and make better weapons to fight bigger monsters? Take this to heart. At the very beginning, you build a character from the ground up using an actually kind of surprisingly wide array of customization options to the point where you edit the shape of your eyebrows. You also create a little feline humanoid creature that follows you around, and it's called a palico, and it's super cute.
A palico?
Yes.
Is it like a little Pokemon or like a little fur guy or?
No, it's like a little humanoid cat that wears armor and carries a little shovel,
Hmm.
and they are adorable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So next on this list, Diablo 3. Now,
Never played it.
You never played that one either. I played it for a short time. Actually, the demo is what I played. Very much more story driven than Diablo 2. Diablo 2 was very open world, and Diablo 3 was a little more railroad, but not much
Linear.
Linear. That's a good word. Yeah, they convolute the story even more because every time a Diablo game comes out, the story gets more and more dirty. But the graphics were amazing. The whole horror genre that they do, the horror and the demon apocalypse that Diablo is known for, definitely hits home in 3. 4 is supposed to be a fantastic game also, and that's another one that I have yet to play. Final Fantasy X. I couldn't believe this made this list.
Wasn't 10 the one that ended with Titus doing a goofy laugh?
He goofy laughs in the middle of it with Yuno. But he So the reason it was goofy, folks, is Final Fantasy X was the first Final Fantasy to ever be voice acted. None of them before that had any voices. They were all just
Really?
Yes. So 10 was a wild game. It was about a guy named Titus wakes up after, he plays this game. It's like soccer, only it's played underwater in a giant dome bubble, like a giant bubble of water. And
Called Drown Ball?
Blitzball.
Oh.
And
I was thinking of 8-Bit Theater.
Yeah. So how they hold their breath for this long to play an entire soccer game underwater is beyond me. But he's living in this big modern city, and he's a famous blitzball player, and he's living in the shadow of his father named Jack. And Jack was kind of an asshole to him if you watch all the flashbacks and all that. It's kind of a douchey dad. So in the middle of their game, this gigantic sea monster comes out and swallows up the entire town. And this monster's, you later find out, it's called Sin. And it basically sucks him and everybody he loves up into it. Well, he wakes up in this new world where technology is forbidden by the gods because it will bring sin upon them. And so there's these people who train their sorceress queens to basically go around gathering summons and kill sin. So the idea is if one of them gets powerful enough, they'll be able to summon something that will kill this gigantic sea monster that swims around their world. Because as you figure out, you're like living in the far, far future of the world that Titus came from, where everything's destroyed and it's kind of been sent back to the Stone Age. However, there's also this other race of people that believe in using technology still. So they go to war with each other and they argue, but they're still blitzball, surprisingly enough. So it's a really neat game. It is very linear. It's very much on rails. It gives you an illusion of being in an open world. So I guess, going into that big old spiel, I guess I could see why it was influential if I could remember that much detail about it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, one thing I do know about Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VII had Tifa. People liked her. She was hot. But they haven't seen Lulu.
Lulu, I knew you were going to talk about Lulu.
Phew.
So everybody cosplays as Tifa, but not very many people cosplay as Lulu, and they should because holy shit, she's beautiful. She's
And classy.
she's a black mage, and that is more the outfit and the magic she casts versus the color of her skin.
Racist.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to clarify.
I was gonna say racist as soon as she said black mage, but I figured I'd better not.
Because, in the classic Final Fantasies, there were black mages, red mages, and white mages. So they kind of went back to that a little bit. And, it has a couple other colorful characters. Waka, who literally fights with a blitzball, and he's like your stereotypical Jamaican guy. And then
Now that's actually kind of racist.
it was kind of racist the way they did that character. It was, but I love him in that game. He's so much fun. They have, I think they have a big cat person, some kind of Leonid looking guy, if I recall.
I don't know.
And they
Never played it.
Rune, I think is the guy's name. He's got a huge ass sword and what looks like a broken arm. It's kind of weird, but it's just a really cool ass game. And if you never played it, go back and you can get it on the PlayStation Network now, I think. So you probably could. Never mind. I take that back. It is available on Switch, Xbox, and PC.
Really?
Oh, yeah. All the old Final Fantasy games that used to be PS exclusive are now available everywhere.
Yeah. Just kind of a side note here. The fact that since Steam was acquired by Microsoft, all Steam games are going to be available on Xbox.
Wait,
and
did you just say Steam was acquired by Microsoft?
I think I got that backwards. I'm not totally sure, but I know there was some sort of thing happening, but now Steam games are all available on Xbox. Or will be soon, something of that nature. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is now basically all of PlayStation's library is going to be available on Xbox. Ha ha, ha ha.
Oh, see, okay, so I had to Google that. That's definitely a rumor and not true, folks. Steam has not been purchased by Microsoft. Point and laugh at Mike. Email arguingwithdragons@gmail.com. Call Mike a fucking idiot.
Please do.
But anyway,
I get off on it.
yeah, gross. So lastly on that list, okay, you want to take a guess?
As the number 20 most influential RPG of all
aren't
time.
actually numbered in my list.
Oh, they're not? That's weird.
I got bullet pointed. I did some research and I bullet pointed it instead of numbering it. But if you could think of one major RPG game that was highly influential in the gaming world, that we did not talk about at all.
I'm racking my brain here, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going to feel like an absolute ponce not knowing it.
Yeah, we did a whole ass episode on it, Mike, and a lightning round. Really? Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
I'm sorry, but your answer was not in the form of a question.
Okay, suck it, Trebek. Anyway.
So those were what what my research turned up as some of the most highly influential RPGs. Are there more? Fuck yeah, lots more.
Absolutely.
So I took that list though, and I wanted to kind of break it down because RPGs can be very different in their gameplay, turn-based or action. Some are real-time action, like definitely Skyrim is real-time. Your skills with button mashing are what determine how good you are with some things. The Witcher is one. Elden Ring, definitely. That game is all about skill and very little about how you make your character, because I've seen people beat it with level 1 characters.
Absolutely. And those people are called virgins.
Yeah, that's probably right. Diablo's an action game. It's a click. It's a click game. And it's not point and click, but it's you're definitely spamming
click to swing your sword kind of thing.
I mean, World of Warcraft is an action game, even though you're hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through 9 to cast your spells, but it's an action game.
I always just click the buttons on my action bar, and that explains why I was never good at it.
Yeah, exactly. So Final Fantasy X is a turn-based game. 7 is a turn-based game. Baldur's Gate 3 is turn-based. Pokemon, turn-based. Dragon Quest, turn-based. Now, turn-based games, they pause real life while you make your decision as to what your character is going to do. So it's less about knowing how to fight versus the strategy behind fighting. And Mike, if you had to choose, what are you more a fan of, turn-based or action?
Action, 100%.
So I think I'm more of a turn-based guy.
Let's see, I don't hate turn-based, not by any stretch of the imagination. I love me some turn-based games. For instance, the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring on Game Boy Advance was the first game I ever got with my Game Boy Advance, and I fucking loved it.
And it was turn-based.
It was turn-based, yes.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know.
A far cry from the movies. It was based entirely on the book.
So, okay. I didn't know they did that. And then, there's hybrid games. Knights of the Old Republic was a hybrid game. It was real time and the action was going on, but you still had little pause breaks. And they, like I said, when I talked about it, they rolled dice behind the scenes to see whether or not you hit, which is wild.
That's actually how Morrowind works.
Yeah, Fallout 3 is technically a real time game, but there's a lot of strategy in there and RPG combat in there also. So, Mike, you like action. What makes you like action more than turn based?
More immersive.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it's less boring. 'Cause after you played a turn based
well with
hours and hours and hours, and you're just point click arrow over.
With turn based, you got time to sit there and strategize internally. Okay, if I cast this spell to heal that character this turn, they would be able to cast that spell to deal AoE damage the next turn. Yada yada yada. Now with an action game, action RPG specifically, you don't have time to formulate a strategy. It's all about action, timing, and reflex.
Yeah. So if you never played FF7, I guess you won't understand. They did something called the active time battle. And so they tried to turn FF7 into being a little bit more challenging of a turn-based game. And I always thought that was kind of wild, but there was a timer that ran up. And if you on your turn, then your character got to do their menu selections when their timer hit. But if you just sat there at that menu, your monster opponent has a timer too. And your enemy would hit their timer and then they get to go. So it wouldn't just sit there and wait for you forever.
Yeah,
Now,
I've seen RPGs with that similar system.
yeah, and you can turn it off, but why would you? It's more fun. So let's get back to the first question I asked. What is it about these games, Mike, that we've just fucking love them so much?
Well, I want you to realize something about that list that we just went over for the past 30 minutes.
Okay.
Almost all of them were based in medieval fantasy.
Oh, that's a good point. There's very few of
I
them.
think the exceptions of the Final Fantasy ones, Star Wars and Fallout.
Yeah.
I think all of them were.
That's a really good point. Elder Scrolls, yes. Witcher, yes. Pokemon, no. Final Fantasy, no. Elden Ring, yes. Baldur's Gate, yes. Diablo, yes. Mass Effect, no. Fallout, no. Chrono Trigger, I think is kind of a hybrid.
Chrono Trigger, you walk around with a sword.
Yeah, but I think there's modern elements in it too.
Some, yes, but that's kind of the ancient technology trope.
Gotcha. Dark Souls, Dragon Quest.
Yep.
Yeah. Persona is not. Star Wars is not. Fallout 3 is not. Monster Hunter World is, right?
Yeah. Well, sort of. Monster Hunter is a hybrid fantasy, hybrid medieval fantasy steampunk kind of thing.
Gotcha.
They got like airships and the like, kind of like they do in Final Fantasy. Actually, the first Final Fantasy in the series is 100% medieval fantasy.
Interesting.
Like the Zero Question, wizards and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Like I think they started hitting the modern era with something like Final Fantasy VI. At least tech-wise. Got to Google it, huh?
No. I was looking something else up here. So we've talked for a good half an hour, Mike, about video game RPGs.
Yeah.
So let's touch on some of the most influential board game RPGs, tabletop RPGs. So
Okay.
obviously, we've got the biggest one in the world, Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D.
They started in 1974. Advanced AD&D, which was the more standardized hobby, was 1977, and it's only gone from there. So, but D&D that's just not where it ends. We've got Call of Cthulhu, came out in 1981, which uses it popularized a D100 system, and it's more about investigation and horror and madness, which I really want to sit in and watch a Call of Cthulhu game. I think it would be
I
fun.
wouldn't mind playing it at some point because you know me, I love me some H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually just finished rereading Shadow over Innsmouth. Ugh, so fun to read.
I am not a fan of Lovecraft. I think it's his writing style just too weird for me. I just don't like it.
Note to the listeners, don't look up the name of his cat.
Huh?
I said, don't look up the name of H.P. Lovecraft's cat.
Oh, I want to now. Why? What's its
Well, go ahead. Just don't say it on the air.
okay? A travel.
I'm serious. Go ahead. Do it. I want to hear your reaction.
Oh boy. All right. Let's just pull this up here. What was the name of HP Love? Oh, well, it was right there. Must be a common. No, I will not say that on air. Listeners, don't
told
Google
ya.
that. That is racist as fuck. HP Lovecraft is a piece of shit.
He absolutely was a piece of shit racist. I will argue that it was a product of his time, but at the same time, he was unapologetic about any of it.
Oh,
So-
there's a
For that reason, he's a dick.
there's a really good 2-player Steam game out there called Oh Sir Insult Simulator, and HP Lovecraft is one of the characters you can unlock in it. It's kind of fun.
Sounds like you can say a lot of slurs in that game.
It is interesting word game where you have to piece together. What you do is you piece together words to make an insult, and then as you piece together the whole sentence, you hit a button, and then the character will read your insult in whatever voice it is, and then hurl it at the opponent. And if the game deems it a good insult, then it will damage them. And then you basically like fight back and forth with insults.
So it's a turn-based insult RPG.
Yes, it's so much fun. And my kids used to play it with me when they were little. It was great.
It sounds fun, actually. I might have to look that up. You said it's called Oh Sir.
Oh, sir, the insult simulator.
Huh.
Worth a look up. So going down the
I'll
stretch,
wish list that now.
Traveler, 1977, was a science fiction based RPG. RuneQuest, 1978, introduced skill based progression over class and level. GURPS, 1986, was a universal RPG system that could run in any setting. I have looked into GURPS. It is very interesting.
A little complicated for my tastes.
Tiny bit, yeah. Vampire the Masquerade, 1991.
My
Shifted
wife is
focus.
obsessed with that one.
It shifted focus to storytelling, character drama, and modern settings. Shadowrun, 1989, successfully blended fantasy and cyberpunk and became one of the defining settings or setting-driven RPGs. Cyberpunk 2020, defined the cyberpunk RPG and later inspired the game Cyberpunk 2077.
Sad enough that the year 2020 didn't have that kind of technology. I would love to have a bionic eye.
Well, what's funny is Cyberpunk 2020 came out in 1990. And I guarantee you in 1990, they thought 2020 would bring a hell of a lot more than it actually did.
Flying cars and the like.
Probably. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I did not know that this was a game.
I played that a few times growing up. It was
1986.
a lot of fun, but at the same time, D&D is better.
Yeah.
It just is.
Well, D&D is like the kitchen.
The OG.
It's the kitchen sink that you can throw anything into, and it just, you can play anything you want in D&D. You can make it in D&D. But you could probably do that in any of these games too.
Well, GURPS especially, I do know that much.
Oh, for sure. So Pathfinder 2009 is when Pathfinder came out. It was a spinoff of third edition Dungeons and Dragons, I believe. It kept the D20 fantasy thriving during the transitions from 3.5 to 4.0 D&D.
That was the one that utilized the 3-action economy, wasn't it?
Yes, a 3-action economy would be so fucking cool if D&D would just adopt it. I will die on that hill. Savage Worlds 2003. Fast cinematic RPG design. Fate Core 2013 helped popularize narrative first mechanics and collaborative storytelling.
Yeah.
Powered by the Apocalypse 2010. What a name. That sounds like a name of a rock band. Powered by the Apocalypse.
PBTA doesn't really roll off the tongue.
PBTA. No, it sure does to me, man. I'd wear that shirt. Spawned an entire family of narrative RPGs built around moves. Interesting. Blades in the Dark 2017 revolutionized heist mechanics, flashbacks, and structured downtime, leading to the Forge in the Dark family. Mutants and Masterminds.
That one I have played a little.
2002 set the benchmark for superhero RPGs. The Star Wars role-playing game started in 1987, deeply influenced by both licensed RPGs and later Star Wars expanded universe lore. Star Wars has had multiple systems now and multiple years of RPG development. It is currently owned by a company called Fantasy Flight Games. And they have turned it into a narrative-driven collaborative game versus a D20 system. Whether or not it's superior or not, don't know. Never played it. Listened to it played, but my gripe is you have to have proprietary dice. I hate games where I have to buy a certain set of dice to play them. So just let me roll a fucking D20. Dungeon Crawl Classics 2012, a major force in old school renaissance. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
What? Morkborg 2020. Morkborg. Highly influential in modern indie RPG aesthetics and minimalist design. And Kids on Bikes 2018.
Kids on Bikes.
It's called Kids on Bikes. Helped establish accessible, rules-light, narrative-focused play inspired by coming-of-age adventure stories. Oh my God, think Earthbound.
Oh, that'd be cool. I mean, I love me some Earthbound, and there's no game that is just more off-the-wall goofy than Earthbound, honestly.
It's an interesting game.
Yeah, you go in there and 1 minute you could be fighting a a wolf or something. Next moment you're fighting a sentient stop sign.
Mm-hmm. Sentient stop sign. It's wild.
I mean, that's an actual mob in there. I'd say no, a speed limit sign. My bad, speed limit sign.
Well, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So we love RPG video games.
Absolutely.
And we love tabletop games. And so where do they meet in the middle?
Hard to say.
Like, there's got to be, what is it about both of these style games that we like so much? Is it just making characters that we love?
Well, you know me. I like to role play. I like to act. I like to voice over. I like to do all of that.
Have you ever played it?
That could be a part of it.
Have you ever sat while you're playing an RPG video game and started narrating your character?
No, I don't enjoy doing that. I have tried. Well, I have tried, yes, but I don't do it.
Why?
Because I like to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the narrative as it is. I don't like to sit there and voice my own character or anything of that nature, or the other characters talking to me or any of that. I just like to enjoy myself.
Oh, that's fair. I started up a game with Travis of Retail WoW several months ago now, a few months ago, I don't know. And I had not played Retail WoW in a long time, but he convinced me I should at least try it again. So I did. And I made my lovely D&D character Rax in Retail World of Warcraft. And then I started narrating him while I was doing things. and making his stupid, silly ass voice and have him communicating with NPCs. And oh my God, it was so much fun. I should have recorded it. It was great. So sit back and relax. That's what she said. You like to sit
Yep.
back and relax. But you
Sure
can
do.
do that in a tabletop game.
Sure you can.
Do you find it sit back and relax as you're role playing, or is it more your
Yeah.
attention and looking for, like
I mean, it's so much easier to sit back and relax when you got it on screen in front of you when you're playing online, like on Roll20 and D&D Beyond. I don't know if I have ever played a game of or a session of either of our campaigns without my legs up on my desk, just lean back in my chair and just enjoying my rest.
no, it's good. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's important to be comfortable.
I
Good for the soul.
listeners, I think I think that we're going to have fun this season diving into why it is we love these games so much. What are the aspects of these games that we love so much? So we're going to spend
I agree.
we're going to spend some time talking about some of these games, deep diving into them a little bit, and we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to talk about experiences Mike have had with other RPGs.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll bring up Midwest Game Fest numerous times, and
I don't see why not.
that was like the mecca of RPG love was there. So I hope you're strapped in, folks. We're gonna have a good old nerd out season of Arguing with Dragons. So with that, Mike, I think we're gonna at least bring the body of our podcast episode today to a close as we
Sounds like a plan to me, sir.
rapidly approach the 1 hour mark. So listeners, this is a call to action. We have experienced what I would call a bot attack at Arguing with Dragons. Mike and I proclaimed that we don't hate AI and we find valid uses for it. And then all of a sudden, AI decided it would find us too. And
It looks like it.
in one day, we received well over 400 views, which is not typical for our tiny little podcast. Because
And I still hold just a shred of hope that none of that was bots.
we have 3 listeners, and that's all we have. And 400 plus bots from all over the country, all apparently on Mac OS X and Google Chrome at the same time. We're all listening to Arguing with Dragons. So, to my AI friend out there who is using our podcast for data, I salute you. Your chatbot's going to be the dumbest fucking thing that ever comes out. But it'd be kind of neat to see one of my euphemisms pop up in a chatbot sometime. Nothing?
No.
My call to action, listeners, then is this: like us on Facebook, follow us, leave us a comment, leave us something. Follow our podcast on Podbean, where it launches every week. But leave something, leave a comment, leave a note, anything, just to say, hey, I'm a real listener and I'm with you guys. Subscribe to us on YouTube. It's going to be worth a good time. We like to have fun here, and I'd love to bring more listeners on the air just to talk about their love of RPGs and their love of anything nerd, anything nerd. I'm fully hoping to do some more conspiracy theory lightning rounds this season, and maybe even get a few of the folks I know. We'll maybe pull Laura back on our podcast and talk to her about some more conspiracies, because she's got them in spades.
Can't wait to debunk a few of them.
Oh, that'll be a sight. I have a good friend's husband who I just had a 15-minute long talk with about how he thought that AI was going to melt everyone's brain, and that everybody's just going to be stupider because nobody's going to be able to think about anything anymore. And
I mean, Gen Z culture's already done that pretty well, I think.
oh, for real.
Fucking, what is this Riz that people keep talking about, and why the fuck is it so
it's
popular?
short for charisma.
I'm aware. I'm the one who inspired you to look that up.
It just sounds gross. That's all.
It does. It does.
So, listeners, like us on Facebook, follow us. You can even hit up our link tree and view our store. I have got several t-shirts ready to go. So if you'd like to buy an Arguing with Dragons t-shirt, by all means, support the podcast, help buy Mike a taco, buy me a coffee, and help pay some of our hosting fees. That'd be
I'd
cool.
rather have a burrito, to be honest.
You can buy Mike a burrito at Pancheros in Burlington, Iowa, and he will love you for the rest of his natural life.
Yay.
So, and if there's a topic, a game, and in particular thing about RPGs that you would love to hear, folks, write us in arguingdragons@gmail.com. Talk to us. We would love to hear from you. So,
Or since email should be left in the past, go ahead and hit us up on Facebook Messenger where we will answer.
I will answer you like right away because that shit goes right to my phone. You know?
Absolutely.
So, Mike, do you have any closing statements or anything you want to share with the listeners? Any fun facts?
Well, here's a fun fact. A pistol shrimp can create a cavitation bubble in the water that reaches hotter than the surface of the sun.
What? I thought it shot with force. That was like more of a...
No, it snaps its claw shut so fast that it creates a sonic boom, rather, that literally heats up hotter than the sun.
The pistol shrimp snaps its claw shut at speeds in excess of 100 kilometers per hour to fire a jet of water, creating a cavitation bubble.
Cavitation bubble.
When this bubble collapses, temperatures spike to about 4,700 to 4,400 C, which is 8,000 to 8,500 degrees Fahrenheit, briefly making it hotter than the surface of the sun. Wow. The intense heat is localized to a minuscule space inside the collapsed bubble and lasts for only a fraction of a microsecond. Because the water has a high thermal capacity, the surrounding ocean absorbs and dissipates the heat instantly.
Yes, sir.
That's wild. Folks, we get a bunch of shrimp together and they all do their bubbles. Maybe we can, get fusion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. My name is Tyson.
And I'm Mike.
We are Arguing with Dragons. Have a great night.
Signing off.